Hi everybody, today there's no introduction to Diana Ankudinova, simply because we have a lot of lyrics to get through. So I'm making this extremely short. Go to my description attached to this video, look at her links, follow through in the music, because today's revelation is the song that is called Revelation, and the revelation is this: Diana has written this. And I'm going to read what's on the official video. It says, "We're glad to present you with the song and lyrics and music completely composed by Diana Ankudinova. And the song Revelation is waiting for you, so enjoy it." And I will put those special links to her channels straight after, because if you're not a fan already and this is your first time listening, this will be my first time reacting, but not my first time listening to Diana. I will say to you, you're in for a wonderful treat of music and vocality in her voice and the range. She can go very deep, almost baritone, as well as doing a beautiful silhouette octave. She's quite special, and fans all over her motherland and all over the world know that I'm huge. I forgive about the lighting today in my apartment. I've got the curtains open. I'm not playing around with lighting simply because it is such a bright day. I want to concentrate back on the video now, so I apologize if it interferes with your enjoyment. But today's video is lyric. You see Russian words appearing, but it's a lyrical video. The English words will come up. I have written the English words down and I have translated them, as always, into over 30 languages for all my worldwide audience to enjoy as well. You simply really are going to enjoy this. I think it's a bit of a biographical song that Diana has wrote, and I'll tell you why after we listen, because we have a lot of lyrics to get through. Enjoy Revelation, come back and I'll give you my interpretation of the lyrics, which will be quite interesting. Take it away, Diana and Revelation. I'm looking forward.
Заглянув в мои глаза, ты увидишь небо, чистой глади красота, душевной жизни слепок, свежий смех без приукрас, искры озарения май, всей наивности рассказ нагого откровения. Окунувшись вглубь очей, почувствуешь покой, в высоте услышишь трель и снимет боль рукой. Заглянув в мои глаза, ты увидел море, ты услышал голоса, прикасание взора, недоверчивым волчонком оказалась дева. Опыт серый наказал принять такие меры. Кристально чистая волна с малою обратилась, на море засуха, на дне все больше ила.
it's quite incredible how this young lady has developed into a young woman so fast that's able to write and sing and arrange the composing with the composer. And I have to give credit to the following people as well on that, because sometimes people overlook the arrangement and recording and mixing was by Sergei Efimov, and the sound producer author of the recitative text was Alexandra Pismenia. And I thank you, Alexandra, because you've been able to translate it into English, and then I take those lyrics and I translate it into over 30 other languages for my audience. So it's nice when that is done. That's why I love lyrical videos, because if you can't find them on other websites, and I couldn't find the lyrics to this song, it's wonderful when the artist does it herself. It opens up the doors to a whole new audience. You know, there are a lot of deaf people who read the lyrics, hear the beat and read the lyrics, and I think artists forget about that. So it's nice to be inclusive. So we go to the video production studio, Verveed, a production that is worth applauding. I've always said in Diana videos in the past, and I'm going to keep it very short, that I find when Diana sings, and there are many other artists like Polina Garina, I hope I've said her surname correctly. I will always struggle with surnames, always have, because I'm slightly dyslexic. So in case people wonder, I do suffer that. So, but not fully. I do suffer it when it comes to words, and I have to rearrange them carefully in my head and then try and pronounce them. So I do apologize in advance. But Polina is another big star in Russia, but she's very pop, and a wonderful performance, a wonderful vocals. But Diana sells the Russian language to me, because I've always said one of the most beautiful languages in the world is the Russian language, and Diana proves that. She's a mixture. When she goes ooh in the videos, she reminds me of Dolores from the Cranberries, a very famous Irish group, and Dolores has now since died, God rest her. But she reminds me, because Dolores used to do that in her videos as well, and go ooh, and it was quite reminiscent of that. And if I mention another artist, I think everybody would know Enya, and Enya is very wistful and and Diana is like those two wonderful stars mixed together vocally. But then Diana comes in with her baritone voice and just brings you on another level, and it's quite wonderful. It's quite wonderful. Congratulations, Diana, on an epic song. Let's get to the lyrics. First one, and I've got my book with the lyrics to put to everybody. I was writing it down. There you go. Dedication to my artists. If you looked into my eyes, it begins, verse 1. There you'd see the clear sky, beautiful, serene and calm. My innermost thoughts shown there. Fresh laughter from an open heart, it continues, sparks of an insight. Month of May. Candid story, told with not a doubt or reservation. So it begins when Diana is saying, looking, you know, if she wants this person to look into her eyes. And I think Diana is sitting down when she was writing this, she was imagining this love. She was imagining of, if she felt deeply about somebody, how would she write it lyrically and convey that? Because I don't think it's happened yet. I think Diana is much too busy and shrewd a businesswoman to allow love to come into her life when her career has started to explode. And I'm sorry for the light in my apartment. But she's imagining, if you look into my eyes, how would she express love? There you would see the clear sky. So the clearness of her eyes. She might have dark black eyes, I think she has, or dark brown. But I think she's saying, look in and you'll see two beams of white light. And those white light are looking at you, and it's saying, I'm giving myself to you. I love you. And she's calm and serene. She feels that when she comes to that point in life and she's going to fall in love, she'll be okay about it. It'll be the right time, the right place. just like her career. She's planned her career, but love always comes natural, and she's wishing it. But she's also imagining what it would be like. So that's what verse 1 is about. And it's almost saying, my innermost thoughts shown there. So she's telling her audience, these are my innermost thoughts that I'm expressing to you in this song and lyrics. It continues, fresh laughter from an open heart, sparks of insight, month of May, candid story told with not a doubt or reservation. So the month of May here, why is it important in the month of May? Why was that mentioned? Sparks of an insight, she said. So she's opening a door and she's saying, it's the month of May. I'm reminiscing about a month, probably last year, probably this year, who knows? And she had crossed paths with somebody that made her heart flutter. I think that's what that's about, because she says fresh laughter from an open heart. So she conversed and somebody spoke to her and she got tingles. So she's sharing those tingles and it happened in May. And she said, candid story. So she's being honest about her feelings with you in the lyrics. And not a doubt or reservation. And she had no doubt or reservations about how she felt. For the first time her heart went, oh. So our Diana has experienced a bit of, now I'm not talking physically, I'm talking emotionally and mentally. It continues, and I've put the chorus. I don't know if this is the chorus, Diana, and I apologize in advance if it's not, but I put chorus down. It says, if you dive into my eyes, you would find yourself at peace. So she's inviting that person, look into my eyes. I talk with my eyes. I express with my eyes. This is what I'm about. And she says, all your suffering would fade away. She would sprinkle that magic dust. And I think a lot of Diana's way of thinking comes from her childhood. Because when she was in the orphanage, she often imagined, would I have a mother? She went out and sang where all the other children didn't. And Diana was always the expressional one. So Diana's displaying this. And I think a bit of her childhood comes through here. Because from a young age, she's always been able to express herself in her eyes. We've seen that in the super talent shows, where Diana opens her eyes or closes the eyes, but she's able to talk with them. Diana doesn't need to speak. She just talks with her eyes, and her eyes express what's in her heart. So she mentions that. And she says, all your suffering would fade away when birds till in the heights. In other words, you know, everybody wants to reach to the stars. So think of the birds high up in the trees, chirping away, talking away. And when you're walking through a wooded area and you hear the birds, or walking and you hear the birds in the trees, I often say how beautiful that nature is so near, even in a city. I hear the birds in the trees. I think it's wonderful. We've still got nature. And I think that's what it means. It means my soul is floating like the birds chirping in the trees, and you'll hear it no matter where, or you'll feel my energy no matter where you are walking. And then there's a lot of oohs and ahs in the music, and it goes into verse 3. When you look into my eyes, there you saw the sea. You heard voices whispering. And remember in the video, the whisper, whisper, whisper. That's the voices in Diana's head. Speaking to it, and I always say it's not the heart, it's the soul coming up, and it's speaking to you, whispering to you. You know when people say you've got intuition? That's those voices that you hear. They're saying, yes, it's okay, don't worry. Feel like this, be like this, you're going to be fine. So she's got that going on, and you heard voices whispering. And these are good voices, calm voices, because she mentions the sea, and the sea is calm. And when your eyes met mine, a mistrustful wolfing girl was standing there revealed. Now that's why I say about her childhood, a mistrusting wolfing. I think Diana, when she was young, had read the story about wolves and Little Red Riding Hood. And look, if you're not sure of it, if you're from a foreign country, you're not sure of Little Red Riding Hood, do look it on YouTube and it'll come up and it'll give you an idea. Because in Diana's video, even in Duik, the video, you see a girl in a cape going through the woods. And the wolves is very significant to Diana and her way. She's very spiritual. She's in touch with nature. She's in touch with wolves, stories from her childhood. This is very biographical that comes through. And because she mentions a mistrustful wolfing girl. And from a young age, I think Diana had to mistrust. Even when she found her beautiful mother and was adopted and now loved by the world and everybody else, I think Diana's still, it's almost like the cape is her safety guard, and she treats people like Little Red Riding Hood did with the wolves. She's cautious, she listens, and that's how she is when it comes to love. There's that little bit of her in there that, because she wants to protect her heart, she doesn't want it broken. So, because it mentions her grey experience, so she's experienced love before and it's been not good. And it shaped her to be protective. And as she's become more famous, she's become much more protective. And I'm your uncle from Ireland, so you keep that, Diana. So it mentions crystal clear and swelling waves become turbid, thick as tar. The sea, it suffers drought, its bottom choked with silt. So there's two conflicts of emotions here. First is the swelling of the waves. That's inside when you go, oh, I want to experience love, but in Diana's case, I have a successful career and that will spoil it, and I've been hurt before. So it's like the waves come and they go. And when she mentions drought, that's the emptiness she feels inside with not having that. She's got her mother's love, she's got world adoration and fans, but she just wants the personal love. But she's starved of it because she's protective of herself, her career, what's happening. Should I open that door too much? I've been hurt before, or should I keep it closed? Or should I just peek? Diana, always keep it that you're peeking, and then go forward with what you feel. And at the bottom, it's choked with silt. So her love life that she wants is empty, but her emotions are swelling. So she's boiling up, like when you make a cup of tea, the kettle boiling. That's how she is at the moment. And then she finishes, tears are coming, throat is aching, imperceptibly. That means what she's thinking for the future, what she's hoping to be around her, what she's imagining that it's like a jigsaw puzzle. She wants the final piece of love to make her feel totally complete. Thoughts are fading, falling, and to dream. How could it all cause pain? She asks at the end. I'll tell you how it causes pain, Diana. It causes pain when you have to protect yourself so much now and put everything around you a wall and not allow people like the girl in the cape, the wolf girl, not allow people to bite you and take from you all the time. You've got to be protective of what you built up. Because Diana, when you were in the orphanage, you wanted a mother. When you got the mother, she encouraged you to continuously sing. People in the orphanage always remember you for singing and dancing. You've built that up. You've won 2 seasons of Super. Your fans you're ticking boxes. But you're human, Diana. You've got a heart that wants to be loved by a special person. And the unfortunate thing is you have to pick so carefully because they might be after your money, your fame, and you have to build that wall around you. And she said, how can it cause so much pain? It causes pain, Diana, because you want something that every person in the world wants. Love, longevity of love, a person to love them every day for the rest of their lives. Sometimes it can be a dream, sometimes it can be a reality. I wish someday you find that reality, but it's going to take time. Just be patient, Diana, it'll come, and you won't suffer any more pain. So thank you, everybody. That's my interpretation of the lyrics. Please like, comment, subscribe. Bye. And we stop.